or lighter.
So in your case, but being a tour guide is a sideline or the mainstream. You said that you were that
The about my job, my profession, I was studying in a technical university on the faculty of electrical engineering. But I don't know anything about engineering. Maximum I can change the bulb in my bedroom. This is maximum I can do. I've never been interested in UA, but I was studying there because it was cheapest and my parents could not pay more. So I graduated, I got a diploma, but I don't know where it is, somewhere in home. Maybe I burned or sold, I don't know, who knows. Yes, and I was always interested to become a pilot. But
like him.
But it's expensive here, and we don't have only one university, and it's not as qualified as the outside countries. Yeah, then I joined the theater, and I discovered myself. I love communication with the people and with the audience in the theater, and I was 16 years old when I finished school, and I was so satisfied with my English tests. I got high mark. The test was about 100 points and I got 96 out of 100. But the problem was that I could not understand anything. I was studying in 1990s. And when was the USSR was recently broken, and the Russian language as a mandatory compulsory was just dropping, and English was coming as a new subject. So, and that's why I was to study English language with Russian books. With Soviet, I was studying English with Soviet Russian books.
Like translation.
Yes, and the tests also were made. Nowadays they have good books and the grammars. Issued from the Harvard universities and the Oxford. And the thing is, when I was studying English, it was only grammar, no pronunciation, no listening. That's why I was good only in grammar and past. When native English speaker used to talk to me, I could not understand anything. I was asking to repeat one more time. That's why I was so angry with myself. So why do I need these 96 points? Because I don't understand English.
And how you develop yourself?
How I developed is the only place in my town where I'm living, the only one, my town is very small. There's no airport, there's no sea, and the only place where you can see the tourists and English speakers is Stalin's Museum.
Stalin Museum.
And I was 16 years old when I entered in Stalin's Museum, and I asked the director to give me permission to work here to practice my English. And I could not be paid the salary because I was under 18. So, and I was telling them, offering to work for free as a volunteer, just to practice the English. So for almost 5 years I was working there. After 2 years I was given the average wage, something, a symbolic amount, the wage as a salary, to give the motivation. And in the museum the groups are coming from different countries, native English speakers, American English, British English, Scandinavian countries, Indian accent pronunciation of English, and communication is always the best way to improve your language skills. You have to talk to them, face to them, and hear. And this is the best experience. So after 2 years, I was pretty satisfied. I developed my pronunciation in my English, and I decided to leave the museum. And I told myself, so okay, I developed my English experience is fine. I'm satisfied, and now let's leave. But I could not leave because I understood that I loved the job I was doing. I didn't love Stalin, but I loved the job of guiding. And some of the older guys, older than me, they were bringing groups into the museum, and they were telling me, so you know the good English, you know the history, so why don't you try to go to do tours in other places, in other regions? And I was scared a little bit, like maybe I would do something wrong, it would be a shame. And these old guys and my old colleagues were pushing me just not to stuck in one place only. So before I got the driving license, I was going on to Cape Town, where we are going today. So after Stalin's Museum, I started working as a guide in Cape Town. Only in Cape Town I was working. After I got the driving license, then I started making tours in different regions. I started following to the older guides and drivers, East region, then the North part, and the South. Since 2009, from 2009 till 2014, I was working in Stannis Museum and in Cape Town. And from 2014, I started working in the global area, so the whole country as a guide. So the reason why I started was to practice my English, but the job you are doing and you enjoy, sometimes then you fall in love. Because for me, it's so boring job when you do everything in office. When you leave the job and go to home, and tomorrow we have to do the same, you already become tired. Before the second morning comes, you already become tired because tomorrow the same people, same colleagues, same boss, same complaining,
Yeah,
same faces.
yeah, I understand that.
Sometimes people ask me questions. Oh, you are walking and you are running with the group for 9 years. Isn't getting bored?
No.
So no,
you
it's not
meet
getting
people.
bored because every day different
Yeah,
group,
different group,
different adventure,
Yes. Yes.
different drivers.
Different idea.
And do you need to go to have a license, like a guide license, before?
Well,
your
it's
country?
not a compulsory, but I've got it. Just in case, because I was studying in Poland for the guide and driver. So I have the license of both guide driver. Usually you have to be only guide or only driver. So, but I have both guide driver. No, but not with the bus, with the small car. So when we have small groups like
So
4 or
that's
5
handy.
persons, so yeah, we have a van and I'm a driver and I'm a guide as well.
Good idea.
Yes, and unfortunately we don't have in Georgia any limitation or terms and conditions to register. There are a lot of tourism and guide platforms. Anyone can register, and to upload your certificate, it's only optional.
Optional.
So that's why every taxi driver can register and name themselves as a guide.
You don't need to go for a course, right?
Yes, but unfortunately we don't have that. We don't control. But for example, in some of the countries in Turkey, for example, if you don't have a guide license, you cannot do.
Yeah, that's.
But in Georgia, people can do. Some people who don't have any experience about the guiding, so they do. They do cheaper than us, but the service is also different. So when they bring the guests to the destinations, they don't follow. They're just waiting in the bus
But
and they
it's
say,
risk.
I give you 2 hours and come back. Then bring to the next place, then also
So-
sit waiting in the bus. But at this moment, government is not planning to bring any terms and conditions.
To control.
Yeah, because almost the whole country is in the tourist business, and the whole country is tourist business. And if the government brings the terms and
It's a
conditions,
must.
yeah, if
It's
they,
more difficult.
if they require the certificates, I think half of the country will lose the job. It means that the government will lose the elections as well. So,
But I think
look at the left side. That's the river which was making this water dam, Jinwali. The river is not deep and it's not big, but look carefully, these trenches, they are dropped, broken trees. Look how many trees are dropped there. Next to the coast of the river, you will see again, just look, the bushes and this one on the left side, there's a tree fallen. Because when it starts raining, this river is getting very aggressive. When you look now, it seems so calm
ตอนมาตั้งต้น
and not boring, but never joke with the nature.
Yeah.
2 days raining is enough. This river is getting so aggressive and it washes this area and it breaks those trees. It's becoming so powerful and strong. Nada,
แต่สวยมากเลย ผมชอบต้นไม้สีแดงๆเลยนี่มาได้ถูกจังหวะมาก
คุณไทย Canadian Rocky Trail เลย โดนรถไฟ
จักรยานถึงเวลาจะพักผ่อน จะไม่มีอยู่แล้วจะเป็นเทรนด์ไม่ไหว
พี่กำลังวางแผนอยู่เนี่ย
ไม่ไหว
แต่ต้องเป็นปีหน้า สักตุลาไปท่องเทือกเขาร็อกกี้โดยรถไฟ
ผมไม่เอาแล้ว
อยากคนทุกวัน
คนงาน
อยู่บ้านอยาก